Hey guys, George here from the F1 Chronicle, and the Japanese Grand Prix of 2024 qualifying has just wrapped up. And so, with that in mind, I'm bringing you 5 things that we learned from today's qualifying session around Suzuka. And the first is kind of a good news story, really. It's Alpine no longer being the slowest team, or at least no longer being cut adrift of the rest of the teams. They're at least mixing it up now with the cars kind of around them at the back of the grid. Obviously, P17 for Gasly and P15 for Ocon. It's not where they want to be, but when one of those cars getting through to Q2, which is positive, so it shows really that they can fight, but they've still obviously got a long way to go. They still want to be fighting up there with the likes of Aston Martin and McLaren, but they've got a very, very long way to go, and scoring points for them is still a big ask, but the gap's not as big as it was. So it's definitely an improvement for them for sure. Maybe those changes they've made at a senior level have actually made the difference for their pace, really, for the performance of the car. So from a good news story to a bad news story, Lance Stroll. Oh my God, we have to talk about Lance Stroll. Oh, I know he's an easy target. I know he's the guy that we always bang on about. Of course we do. But really poor today. Really poor today. He was down in P16 today. Didn't even make it into Q2. By comparison, his teammate Fernando Alonso had a great day, up in 5th around Suzuka today. If it wasn't for his dad owning the team, I think Lance Stroll would be in for some serious pressure right now. But as it is, we know that's not gonna, it's not gonna materialize. He's gonna get a contract for next year, of course. But yeah, really, really bad. And he's got a hell of a job on to score any points tomorrow, which has opened the door for the likes of the home favourite Yuki Tsunoda, who got 10th today, or at least in the top 10 anyway. I can't remember his exact position, but got through to Q3 anyway for the Racing Bull, which is, really that should have been Stroll, but it wasn't. But yeah, on the positives, let's go to McLaren next, who was super fast today. Lando Norris in particular, incredibly fast through Sector 1, where, I think, they really struggled to overtake around, it was Saudi Arabia, I believe, Jeddah. The straight line speed of the car is not the best, but in the corners, like at Sector 1 in Japan, very, very impressive. Fastest of them all. Faster than the Red Bulls around there. At least that part of the track anyway. It looked for a while as though Norris would actually break up that 1-2 between Red Bull, but couldn't quite manage it in the end. Got P3 though. Excellent day for him. Oscar Piastri up there as well. It was a great day for McLaren, who, frankly, around Suzuka, looked like the second fastest team from Ferrari. And in particular, Charles Leclerc, who's number 4 on this list. Not doing very well at all. P8 for him in qualifying. Only 1 run in Q3. Yeah, I've got to surmise that it had to have been a lack of tyres, really, that caused that. But, wow, yeah, no, really not good for him. Really not good for him. Carlos Sainz up in P4. I mean, we're not talking Lance Stroll's, different levels of performance between teammates here. But Charles Leclerc again, and again, the question is going to be asked, have Ferrari dropped the wrong driver? We're going to keep asking it because on the evidence of what we've seen so far this season, it seems like Sainz is better right now. Maybe things will change around tomorrow, but to be honest, I kind of doubt it. Things can turn around very quickly though. Charles Leclerc is one of those drivers who can pull an unbelievable result out, but I just don't see it right now. I don't see it around Suzuka this weekend, but we'll see what happens in China next weekend. And of course, we'll be here tomorrow to give some takes on the race as well. But yeah, lastly, Sergio Perez, I just want to give a mention to him. He's another guy who's coming for a lot of pressure, obviously. But today, less than a 10th off of Max Verstappen's time in qualifying. Very good. Very good today. Yes, didn't beat his teammate, of course, but you're going up against what is one of the most successful drivers already in Formula 1 history. And I think Perez has done a decent job today. We'll see how he performs tomorrow, see if he can keep up that kind of pace, that kind of, small gap between him and his teammate. But yeah, very good today, P2, and not that far off Verstappen. But what were your takeaways from qualifying? Let us know in the comments below. And what do you think is going to happen tomorrow for the Japanese Grand Prix? We'll be right here to react to it, as always, on f1chronicle.com.